what inspired you to teach people about safeguarding in Bahrain? So what do you think is the relationship between teaching and safeguarding?
Kids believe so much in their teachers.
What topic does this safeguarding course?
All right. Before I then I'll just say that briefly, safeguarding is just protecting children from abuse, and keeping them safe. That's just a general definition of safeguarding.
Hello guys, so welcome all and welcome back into Nessa's Fantasy. I'm Nessa. I talk and I educate people about the Gulf and especially Bahrain. In today's video we have a very important guest. She's going to do an introduction about herself. Hello.
Hello, Nessa.
So can you tell me about yourself? Can you tell my audience who you are?
All right. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Greetings to everyone. I am Matilda Mwatesi Sanga. I'm an educator and a safeguarding lead. Yeah, and I also double as an assist trainer. Assist is applied suicide intervention trainer, and I'm also a human rights consultant.
Okay, thank you so much. I call her Mommy T because oh my god, she's very respectable, so I call her Mommy T. So Mommy T, welcome to my show. I have a couple of questions for you. One thing I know for sure is that you deal with safeguarding. So you tell people about safeguarding, right?
A lot.
So what inspired you to teach or talk about safeguarding or teach people about safeguarding in Bahrain?
Okay, I think my love or my passion for safeguarding didn't really start here in Bahrain.
Okay.
It started way back home, where I came across a course by UNICEF about child protection, because I'm passionate about children.
Okay.
Yeah, I love kids so much. So I volunteered in one of the faith-based organizations as the children teacher, like Sunday school teacher.
Yeah.
And when I got this course, I came across this course. I had to take the course, and I learned a lot.
Okay.
I actually learned how to protect children, and I could see myself in that course. While I was a child, what happened to me back in my school days and all of that. So with this love, when I traveled here to Bahrain, there was an opportunity in the school where I worked.
Okay.
They were looking for the first ever safeguarding and child protection officer.
Okay.
That's a school that has been existing for over 25 years.
25 years.
But that year, they were looking, and I was like, oh, I remember I took this course, and I have knowledge about it. I just did a refresher course, applied for the position, and I got it.
Wow, that's nice. That's nice. So what do you think is the relationship between teaching and safeguarding as long as it concerns Bahrain?
A lot. Kids believe so much in their teachers.
Okay.
Kids open up to their teachers. They love the teachers. They want to explain and tell them everything that's happened over the weekend, what's happening at home. That's why we call teachers as second parents.
Yeah.
The school environment, they being among their friends, they get to express themselves better. Because most kids, most of them at home, they don't have someone to talk to.
Yeah.
But when they come to school, they really expose themselves, and through that, you can actually pick up one or two signs, or one or two things that you can use in helping the children.
Okay.
In case there's a child going through trauma or going through abuse, you can easily step in.
Okay.
So it's really vital for schools to have safeguarding. Yeah.
Okay. So safeguarding course is very important.
It's very important.
Okay.
It's a must have.
So Mommy T, I have a lot of questions for you today, and I hope you're ready. So the next question is, what topic does this safeguarding course cover?
Then I'll just say that briefly, safeguarding is just protecting children from harm and from abuse, and keeping them safe. That's just a general definition of safeguarding. So if you really have to go into the models under the safeguarding course, I think we have models like what safeguarding is all about. You need to understand the concept.
Okay.
Then, who are those who are vulnerable? Who are those who need to be safeguarded? Then we also talk about the forms of abuse. There are about 5 forms of abuse. You need to understand them so you can easily identify this abuse in children. Then when you identify the abuse, what next you do? You need to report it. When are you reporting to? How do you have to send out the report? And after that, what is the disclosure? So all of that, you have them as models under the safeguarding course. You need to know what the land, that is the country in which you are, their policies in line with safeguarding. So you don't go against you don't go against the laws of the land. You also need to know that safeguarding is not only for children, vulnerable ones, vulnerable, they might be adults. So we also have a model under that course that helps you to understand what a vulnerable person is and how you can assist them.
Okay.
I think there's another model on safeguarding and radicalization, safeguarding and drug abuse.
Wow, so there are a lot.
There are a lot of models.
You cannot even name them.
I'm just thinking, I'm just trying to wrap my mind over it.
Yeah.
But so far, I think there are almost about 12 models.
Okay.
Oh yeah, 12 models under that. So you get a lot of information from that.
Okay.
And yeah, I can just give about 3 or 2.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, Mommy T, I have another question for you, which is, what are some of the common misconceptions people have about safeguarding?
In Bahrain or
worldwide, but let me just specialize in Bahrain because we live here. So what are some of the common misconceptions?
Alright. When we talk about safeguarding, most people think that safeguarding is all about physical and sexual abuse.
Okay.
No, there's more to that, more to it. So safeguarding goes with emotional, it goes with mental, it goes with everything that concerns the well-being of children or of adults. Okay, so it's not only limited to physical or sexual abuse. So that as well goes to properties. You won't believe that.
Property?
Yeah, definitely. If you work in a company and you're misusing the light and water and everything, you're not safeguarding it.
Okay.
You're definitely wasting funds.
I'm learning something new.
Yeah, safeguarding is a broad topic, but it all depends on where you work and how you can narrow it to your place of work. Okay. You know, so that's a misconception. Because most often people think it's just physical and sexual abuse. Then people also think that safeguarding is only for school counselors and the administrators. No, I want to tell you that cleaner in that environment can actually pick out a child who is isolated, maybe sitting in the toilet and not knowing what to do. And if the cleaner is aware of identifying signs of abuse or depression, he can actually bring the child to the limelight and will pick up from there.
Okay.
The teacher in the classroom can actually help a child who has a concern or who voices out the concern. He knows what exactly to do. So it's not only for school administrator, it's for everyone, even the staff in the school. An incident might actually happen out of the school, maybe the school environment, but maybe the gatekeeper, if he has knowledge about safeguarding, he will rush to that point to help that child before we intervene. Then another misconception that goes around most often is like, Bahrain is safe.
Yeah.
We are saying nothing happens, we can protect our children. But as I said, it's not only physical. You might be able to protect your children physically, but you don't know they're going through
mental.
Yeah, they have trauma. They're going through trauma.
Okay.
Mentally, they are not okay. They are not willing to talk to you. They want to talk to someone else. Maybe when they are not by your side, they behave differently.
Yeah.
And when they come closer to you, they also behave differently.
Yeah.
So those are the main kind of misconception that we have. Then the issue of conflict.
Okay.
We have the conflict of reporting cases. Like people say, oh no, it doesn't concern me. I don't want to talk about it. No, that's not my concern. Here I just want to say that safeguarding is a shared responsibility. I'll talk more on that.
Okay.
And we can't shy away. But if we have to train people on safeguarding, they will be confident enough.
Yeah. And
they will know exactly who to talk to, how to report the case, and we will take it up from there. Maybe there is a designated safeguarding lead in that institution.
Okay.
So it gives teachers or workers that confidence to actually report cases. They don't shy away like that, and they are not also blamed. Like, why did you say this? No, because we are all trained and we know the importance of safeguarding.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really, at least I have some knowledge now. I have a lot of knowledge about safeguarding. Okay. So we'll go to another question going forward, which is: are there any unique safeguarding challenges specifically in Bahrain or in the Gulf?
In the Gulf, I'm going to say the Gulf in general, called the cultural differences, the cultural setup and everything. I think there's a lot of confidentiality, and children are taught, or people are taught, not to open up. You know, so we really need to deal with that in the school milieu. Let them know that they are safe. They can create a safe space for children. Let them know that, oh, you can talk to us. Because in most cases that we've come across, they don't want to say anything, but they actually have a pain in them, and they start throwing tantrums, they start behaving funny, and you discover that it's a childhood issue that should have been handled. But because of confidentiality, the culture is kind of tight.
Yeah.
They don't want to open up. But I believe through the training and knowledge of all of that, it's going to help. And you should also have in the back of your mind that Bahrain is a friendly place, opening its doors to expats.
Yeah.
And, so a lot of people come with other cultures.
Yeah.
So you may never know, as much as you're protecting your child, he goes to school, she goes to school, she meets other children from other cultures. So that alone is an issue. Yeah. And for caregivers, like nannies or whoever, the aspect of speaking out, challenge is something that we really need to work on. But they themselves need to be trained. They need to know what safeguard is all about.
Yeah.
They stay with the kids at home. Yeah.
Okay, Mommy T. So we have another question. Like I said, we have a lot of questions today.
I'm here.
So moving forward, how aware do you think the general public is about safeguarding? Especially in Bahrain, how aware do you think Bahrain is when it comes to safeguarding?
Well, to an extent, I feel that it's still lacking about safeguarding and child protection in Bahrain. Most of the international schools are doing that.
Okay.
But what about other schools? What about the government schools? What about institutions, playgrounds, all of those places where kids go to? What about caregiving homes?
Yeah.
The caregivers themselves, are they aware that safeguarding is part of their job? They need to protect the patient and as well protect themselves. So I really feel that it should be safeguarding at this point should be everywhere. We should create awareness, let people be trained, and it's going to help a lot. Yeah,
People should have knowledge about
they
it.
should, my dear.
Moving forward, how can someone apply what they learned from your safeguarding course in a real life situation?
The application of the knowledge that you've acquired doesn't really start with the next person, it begins with you.
Okay.
Yeah, because I usually say that childhood problem that was not well handled, it creeps into your adulthood. Okay, at times the way we behave, the things that happen to us is the way we're brought up, or maybe the things you experienced when you were younger. And now you're married and you're abrasive, or maybe you're in a community, you can't communicate well, no teamwork, because you don't know much about that. You really don't show concern for others.
Yeah,
because you were not taught, So the knowledge you gain from the safeguarding training begins with you. And it also helps you to stay safe. If you're not safe, you can't help someone else. Knowledge as well gives you the confidence to go out there to speak. It gives you the confidence to report an incident or an incident. Knowing fully well that you have a backing, and it helps you to know exactly who to talk to, how to talk about it, and how to protect the person who is involved. So it's something that is worth learning. Yeah.
Okay. So moving forward, can you share any real life success story where someone used what they learned to protect a child or a vulnerable person, but in Cameroon, in Bahrain, anywhere?
Yeah, we have a lot of experience. We have a lot of people who testified in myself. I really learned from it. I actually have a lady in the UAE. She told me when she went through the course and she could see her childhood, especially when it came to safeguarding and substance abuse. She made mention of her dreams, alcohol, and all of that. And she now understood why she took those things, because her environment pushed her. Her parents and all of them were involved, And I'm sure her parents, they were ignorant. They didn't know what was going to influence her life. So while she was studying, she could literally see herself, and she said, I will never do such a thing in front of my kids. And I'm so proud of her. Parents will tell me that, you know what, sleepover is a no for me.
No.
But telling my kids to sleep over is a no, because while they went through it, in one of our coaching sessions, we talked about sleepover. You got to be careful and all of that. And we cited some of the examples. What happened? And she said, oh no, my daughter was almost a victim, so she will never do that. A child actually lost her life. Yeah, back home, due to carelessness. Yeah, I think that was all over the media. Living together, the nanny threw something at her. And after that, I remember when that incident happened, I was called. A friend called me, oh, you're always talking about safeguarding. Look at what happened. And that alone, we need to know that we need to do background checks. Yeah, the people you bring into your home, the nannies you have, and all of that, So when you go through the course, you're going to learn a lot. And I'm so glad that most of the people who are under my training or who are taking the courses, whenever there's a safeguarding issue anywhere in the world, they did we work us? Oh, this is what happened. Exactly. This is what happened in our country. And I'm glad because that shows awareness.
Yeah.
It shows the importance of taking that course, and you're able to pick out the signs in your environment.
Okay.
And keeps you safe as well.
Okay. So there's so many instances. I love
lot. You can go on and on. Yeah.
Okay, moving forward. What advice will you give to someone who is interested in learning the safeguarding course by himself?
That is the right thing you've done. No knowledge is useless.
Okay.
As I said earlier, used my certificate, my safeguarding certificate, 4 years after I had it.
4 years?
Yes. Because the passion for kids, their well-being and all of that pushed me into UNICEF's platform, one of the platforms.
Okay.
And I took that course. It wasn't relevant. The course. I just took it, I got knowledge, and I was using it in my local church, using it around the children with me, the little knowledge I have.
Yeah.
Little did I know that 4 years after I've traveled, I'll get myself into an institution and they'll be looking for a child protection officer.
Wow.
And that got my mom, oh, I think I did this course. I quickly got into my email, got my certificate out, did a refresher course by myself, and applied for this position. When I got in, I got it. So you taking the decision to do the course is not only for a job purpose. You're doing it for yourself. You start using it at home to protect your children, to know exactly who comes into your home. Yourself, if you're living there, who stays home with your kids. Wherever you're working, you will know if this company has good thoughts for you. Because if you don't think about your kids' safety, your own safety, then why do you have to work there? You know?
Yeah.
In some companies, commonly say that if your kids are sick or they call you to come, they'll tell you, oh, you can't go. It means they don't care. They don't care about your family. They are not safeguarding you. But when you take the course, you can actually let them know the policies or establish a safeguarding policy in the school that can come in the company. They can cover you and also cover your kids. Yeah. So it's something that is a must-have, not only for job purposes, which is also good.
Yeah.
You can actually become a safeguarding lead, a designated safeguarding lead. You can actually take this as a career path.
Okay.
But initially, do the basics for your own safety and that of your loved ones.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. So another question is, how do you see the future of safeguarding education revolving in Bahrain or in the Middle East?
It's going to be massive. I think in the years ahead, it started already. It started already. Most of the schools, when you see their requirements, if you want to apply for a job, they want to know if you have a safeguarding certificate. They want to be sure.
Really?
The schools are trying to create a safe place, safe environment for the kids. So, and also, they usually do a background check.
Okay.
They want to know exactly who you are, where you're coming from, whatever you need, is it right, what is your standing with children, or with adults, or with staffs. That's a background check, and that's part of safeguarding. So, I just want to say that in few years to come, if you don't have a safeguarding certificate or child protection certificate, or if you've not been trained, it might be difficult for you. Because we all want to send our kids to schools, to places that are safe. We want to trust the teachers. And how then can we trust them or the school administrator when they don't have the knowledge? So carrying the certificate shows that you're knowledgeable enough to handle certain situations. Teaching is not all about doing the math and the English. It's about giving a safe space for kids as well.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So this is very important. People should get into this course because it's going to help one way or the other.
Yes,
like
find yourself in it.
Yeah, in some years to come, they would require it for schools. You will need it before you can even want to teach. What is one thing people should know about safeguarding? What is that one thing you would tell people about safeguarding that they should all be aware of?
Safeguarding is a shared responsibility.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to elaborate on that. You don't have to shy away. Safeguarding is not only for parents and their biological children. Safeguarding is for everyone. Wherever you find yourself around children, create a safe environment. Let them trust you. Okay? Help them out. Try to get a signal from them. And one of the ways is by having the knowledge of what safeguarding is all about. And also, a shared responsibility also shows that you are responsible. Because you can't only be responsible to yourself.
Yeah.
You owe that to the community. You owe that to the society to make it a better place. If I'm right here making noise and you're seated over here, it's definitely going to disturb you.
Yeah.
I'm not helping your situation. So if a child is drowning, or God forbid, or something's happening to a child, or a child is being abused or molested, and you feel that it's not your child, you don't care, no, you're not doing a good job. It's really not good. It's inhuman.
Yeah.
But I really want to say that it's a shared responsibility. Do your best to keep children safe or vulnerable people safe for now, at that moment, before we call in the right authorities to take over.
So are you trying to say safeguarding is almost like first aid?
Well, first aid, you have a lot of other things to do, but it's all about protecting.
Okay.
Do you understand me?
Yeah.
With protecting the children, let them calm down, or whoever is in a mess or an incident, let them calm down. Let them, you shouldn't be scared.
Okay.
While you ask certain questions and try to relate to the right person. If you are not a designated lead, the police or whoever to take over the case, but you try to keep the child calm for now by asking certain questions and telling them that you are able to help them.
Okay.
So they hold on. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
a lot of people would actually want to learn this safeguarding course for sure.
Oh, really?
I know after this, a lot of people want to learn. So I want to know, would they have to do online payments, or would they have to do a one-on-one payment, or would they? How would they go about the registration process?
Well, if they are going through a platform, if it's online, they will have to talk to maybe a DM, a message. I will give them the right mode of payment. As of now, we're actually working on various modes of payment, hoping that we'll get the best to help everyone. But be rest assured that immediately you do your payment, you'll be enrolled and you can pick up the course. And also, we are open to small groups, institutions, schools, to come to the training for them. And that's something I love so much.
Okay.
Because while doing the training, we have live experiences. And when we talk, you can actually have that connection with the people.
Yeah.
And, some of them will be citing some of the things. Oh, this what happened, so I should have done this. It's really exciting. And for those who want maybe coaching online, we can always set up a Zoom meeting.
Okay.
Maybe after your course, after module 1 or 2, 4, we can talk about it. What have you learned? How are you going to apply it in your community? Just a helping hand.
Okay.
So we do a lot of that. So payment is not an issue. Get to us and we'll give you the right mode of payment. Yeah.
Okay. Is the safeguarding course a difficult course? You have to go through a lot of books. You have to go through a lot of reading. Is it so difficult for you to get into it?
No, it's not. We have videos. We have examples. You see the videos, real life videos. You get people talking. You just have some few questions to test your knowledge if you understood it. Yeah, whatever you've studied. And maybe the Zoom meeting that I will be present, or maybe my colleagues will be present, just to let you to know what you've learned. If there are any questions, we can throw more light on it.
Okay.
And also to know if you want to continue doing it or you just want to stop at that level. It's not difficult. And it's so interesting. Yeah, you like it.
I definitely have to take this safeguarding course
It's
because
a must.
I need it.
Yeah,
I need
it's a must.
So I'll move to the last question, and I think it's very important also.
Okay.
If you had a billboard in Bahrain, what message are you going to put there about safeguarding?
A billboard in Bahrain, I will say that speak out for the weak. All right? Safeguarding begins with you.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is very powerful, I think. This is very powerful.
Speak out for the weak. Safeguarding begins with you. Yeah, so that's great because speaking out for the weak is not only about children. We have vulnerable adults. Yeah. And safeguarding, just to add, is not only for teachers.
Okay.
Safeguarding caregivers, you need to have a safeguarding training. Parents themselves, because if they're not knowledgeable enough, they don't know exactly what to tell the nannies and how to go about it. Institutions as well, they should have a safeguarding policy that binds their staffs, and make it safe for them. The teachers themselves, mentally, not teachers, rather the workers themselves, they need to know your rights, know what safeguarding is all about, so they are mentally okay. Definitely, if you're mentally okay, then you're productive, So, as I said, it's a shared responsibility. It's for everyone, but the most important thing is you need to speak out for the weak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it all begins with you.
Thank you so much, Mommy Tilly.
Thank
So we'll come
you.
to the end of this session. I just want to say thank you so much for taking out time. And I appreciate you a lot, because to take out that time, squeeze out time from your busy schedule to have an interview with Nessa, it means a lot to me. So I just want to say thank you so much for this time, and I'll make sure that people register this course, because it's very important, and you all need to learn about safeguarding.
Thank you, Nessa. You're doing a good job. Sensitizing the people, talking about the beautiful the land of Bahrain, the beauty in the land, and helping a lot of Africans. I can see that. At times we should be praised because we lack knowledge.
Yeah.
But it's always a pleasure coming to your platform here and learning a lot from you. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so bye.